There was this funny moment where you made a video why David Gilmour will never be on the channel, and then you ended up, of course, interviewing him twice. He's one of the greatest guitar players of all time. What do you think is at the core of his genius?
He has just an incredible melodic sense. He knows how phrases should be put together. There's a flow to his ideas that I think is just incredible. It's the same with Hendrix. This flow, how one idea leads to the next, how there's space between them. It's just like speaking.
That's what I read about Miles Davis. Is he was very good at understanding tempo and the value of silence.
Yes.
And I think David Gilmour doesn't always play fast,
Right.
but he does a lot with less.
Yes.
And then some of that is also on the more technical side, probably the tone of the. I mean, he's one of the most uniquely recognizable tones in all of music.
Yes.
What do you understand about what it takes to shape the tone that is David Gilmour?
He has a very sophisticated setup for his tone. And that was one of the things when I went to his studio. And I said to him, "So, David, is there anything I'm not supposed to see here?" I mean, he never sits down and shows people his gear, and he laughed about it. But there I am sitting there right next to all these pedals and I asked his tech, Phil, I said, "These are the same ones he used on the records?" He's like, "Yeah." His tech has been with him for like 50 years. And I mean, the exact ones, yes. It's just hard to imagine that those things still, of course, though, he's just kept it. Yeah, this is his Vincent Echo that he played through, and this is this, these are all the same effects pedals. And wait, is this the same high watt amp? Yeah. Is this the same? Yes. Yeah, you get some new stuff, but they keep all their own gear, and that's I mean, he does sell his guitars for charity, but like he has a black Strat that it's a signature version. It's like an exact copy of his old one. So to him, it sounds exactly the same, plays the same.
Well, of course, they converge towards that kind of hardware, but there's so many tiny details over the years. You see the final result of it, but there's a journey there of exploring. And of course, I guess he's not doing any soft, like no emulation, no amp.
He does do emulation, actually. He does. He has this thing, and I asked him in the first interview about this. There's a little rack thing that I had heard that he used, but I asked him for sure. It's called the Zoom 9030. I put out a short where he talks about it. I said, "So that Zoom 9030, is that a real thing? Because I've read about it." He's like, "Yeah." And he talks about how when he's sitting there recording on his own, and he runs Pro Tools himself, and so he'll be sitting there. There's no one there to help him. And he's like, "I'll just plug into this thing, and then I'll play a solo with this model." It's like a kind of 90s early modeling thing. And he'll play a solo, and then after a while, you hear the solo, and it's like, well, I'm not going to replay that. That sounds great. You get used to the sound of it, and that's what it is. So people always talk about, "Oh, well, he couldn't have used that. He's recording through an amp," and because it sounds great. And then he's like, "Yeah. So that's what I use." And then I have the video of it right there, and it has his presets, DG1 and DG2 and whatever.
What's your process for preparing for interviews like that? You've done a few legendary people.
I never prepare for interviews because I ask people things that I'm interested in knowing.
So just letting your curiosity just pull you forward.
And I can think of 100 questions to ask David Gilmour. But I always ask my questions based on what they say to me.
Yeah.
So, but I do make a playlist of songs that I want to talk about. So that kind of guides me, is that because I want to make sure that there's specific things that I need to play so that you can jog his memory. Because anytime you play something that somebody recorded even 50 years ago, they'll remember. If they don't remember the exact specifics, that brings it to life to them again, and they can kind of piece together some aspects about it, and they can really talk. He can talk about the phrasing and the the kind of melodic direction of things like that.
So there's a lot of tiny details that go into a particular song, whether it's on the production or how it's played or how it's composed, all that kind of stuff. And you don't know what those are ahead of time.
No.
You just know the song, and you just are looking to jog their memory, and maybe your own curiosity of like, how did you do this, or what this sound or that. You make it look easy, but you have to have a depth of knowledge. You're saying you don't prepare.
I have an incredibly good memory.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's that I can remember when records came out, who produced them, where they recorded them, who was the engineer, what songs are on it. And not only that, but the people I'm interviewing know that I can play all the parts of all the instruments because I've done breakdowns of their songs, which is why I get the interviews with them in the first place, really.
But the actual, the skill of the interview, the thing you're not saying, the preparation, is the you young listening to bebop.
That's right.
It's the background knowledge. It's the soul carrying with you, being able to radiate the love of the soul of music.
I will say this, Lex, is that the other thing is that most of these people have a really good sense of humor. When the first time I interviewed David in New York, my brother John came along, and he is a massive David Gilmour fan. That's his biggest influence as a guitar player. And so he said, "You're interviewing David Gilmour? Oh, I'm coming." I was like, "All right, come on down." So my brother John's standing about 5 feet away, and John is a sales guy, but great guitar player. So John's like, I was like, "This is John. This is David. This is my brother John. David, great to meet you, buddy." And John's like, so he's a sales guy, and so during the interview, I was like, "Hey, John, what was I going to ask David? Oh, ask him about the Gilmour effect." "Oh, yeah, that's right." And the Gilmour effect is my thing that I say in the comments section when people say, anytime anybody plays anything technical, "Oh, yeah, that's great, but I much prefer David Gilmour." And so I always call it the Gilmour effect. Anytime I have like Yngwie Malmsteen, anybody that has chops that I interview, the negative comments are always, "Well, I prefer David Gilmour." And I said that, I told David that. He's like, "Well, maybe they should keep their opinions to themselves."
Yeah, a lot of these folks have really wonderful personalities with a trusted person to be able to reveal that personality.